being here, what is this like for you? Because this is going to be such a historic event, historic race.
Yeah, I'm so excited. This is so unique. I've never seen anything like this. This is my 15th year professionally driving an IndyCar, and you know, I don't think anybody has done anything like this. Certainly, there's never been an automobile race like this in this city. But I love the opportunity that we have, to display an IndyCar race. It's very historic as far as the form of motorsports. We're running the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500 this May. I always watch an IndyCar race, and I am inspired, to be a problem solver, to be a critical thinker, and I hope people are able to come and see this event, feel the energy of what an IndyCar brings on a street course, and is inspired to maybe go into engineering or math, technology. STEM is a very big initiative for us in our sport, and we need more people that want to build and create, and are problem solvers. That's what society needs, and I hope this race inspires people.
Something that stood out to me of what you said it was going to be one of the most unique races you've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
Why so unique? Kind of explain that, because you've been to a lot of different courses, racetracks. Why is this going to be so unique?
I mean, look at where we are. It's crazy to see. This is such a beautiful city. I've not spent enough time here, is what it's really shown me. I can't wait to bring my family here, to go through the museums. I mean, what a perfect excuse to come to DC. You can come watch a race. You can roam the entire grounds here. It's free for everybody to come to, much like a lot of these museums. So I think it's very fitting to bring people together to celebrate the country, the history, and we're certainly going to be enjoying it. We love that we're going to be here, so I'm going to bring my family as well.
From a sports perspective, how are these Indy cars going to handle a track like this?
Look, a street course is always challenging. You have to drive these things at 200 miles per hour in between concrete barriers, and that's what was jaw-dropping to me as a kid. When I would watch IndyCar drivers, especially on a street circuit just like this, I didn't know how they were doing that. I mean, it looked impossible to me for them to control the cars in these environments. So it's very impressive to see up close and personal. Now I know what it's like. I drive them myself, and there's some tips, there's some tricks that you learn along the way of how to control these things. But it's very impressive to see up front. So I hope people that come out and see this in person are impressed by what they see.
You got a little tour of the race course. Any problem spots that you see already just from your driver's eyes?
Well, I'm always thinking about, okay, if I can get in the lead, how do I keep people behind me and not let them pass? And there's enough straightaways here where, you're going to be under threat even when you're leading this race. So I hope that it's exciting for the fans. I can't predict exactly how the race is going to go, but that's where my mind went is, okay, how can I play on the defensive side? But to play the defensive side, we have to be fast. So that's the first problem that we need to solve when we show up.
How are the road conditions here in the district?
Your roads here are very smooth, and they're wide. When we go to a typical environment like this, we got to do a lot of road improvements. Give you an idea, in Detroit, we had to put about $10 million of road improvements. Toronto, right now up in Markham, $10 million Canadian are going into those roads. We're racing in Arlington, Texas this week, millions of dollars of road improvements as well. Not here. Your roads, believe it or not, maybe some of you don't agree with this, are pretty smooth. There are some manholes that are kind of set down by ½ an inch. We'll fill those in with a silicone, take it back off, but the roadway improvements here are very small. There's an island on Maryland Street between 3rd and Independence we have to shave off. There's an island right down here where the lights are. You can see the lights in the middle of there on 3rd Street that we have to remove, but we put the lights back in afterwards, and with the roads here, you're not going to see much construction on the roadways here.
You said you're 166 days away. How many sleepless nights are you going to have just kind of organizing your thoughts in your head as you lead up to this race?
It's a really good question because it happens every single night for me. And I flew in last night from Phoenix to Detroit, got in about midnight, and it's just hard to shut it off, knowing what's going to happen today. But I tell you, it's so impressed today to see the people who came out today to support the event and the curiosity of the event, right? As I told you before, the drivers did not know what the track was until today. They've been asking me for it. They want to do simulations. They want to try the track out right in their computers. They didn't have it until today. So the support here in your city has been incredible. Now it's our job to make it happen.
Are you hoping this is more than just a one-year thing? Kind of explain your mindset of, okay, you got 1 year, but what's down the road maybe?
Yeah, it's a good question. Your mayor, Muriel Bowser, has already said, can you make this a multi-year event? Because she obviously understands the benefit to the city. As I mentioned on my remarks, over $100 million of benefit comes to the city of Detroit every year. And that's 150,000 people for 3 days. You're talking hundreds of thousands of people here, right, each day. So that number blows me away, but they're warning me to prepare for that here. So it may be $200 million of benefit to the city. So my response is, let's see how the first year goes. I think it's a fair comment to make for everybody. There will be some disruption, right? People love us right now until they see the roads going in, and the blocks going in, and the bridges going in, and the suites where we're standing going up, right? They love me now, but let's see how they love me, July 26th when the walls go up. But as importantly is this. Our construction on the roads, putting the walls up and the fence up, will happen between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning. So we're not out here with forklifts and cranes during the day disrupting your traffic. That's important. We're going to keep all the intersections open. 3rd Street, 9th Street in your tunnel, for instance, on Constitution, open until the week of our event. So intersections will stay open. Our construction will happen in the middle of the night. We know about disruption in these cities. We've done this enough times to know that. And but there will be some the week of our event. You got to shut the roads down sometime to have a race.
Final one for me. You mentioned curiosity, the novelty of the very first race. What are some buzzwords that viewers, fans can expect if they come here in August?
Yeah, just think of the speed. Just think of the speed going down these roads at 180 miles an hour, something people aren't used to, right, in these environments. Think of the chaos that goes on in fighting these cars. These are the only race cars in the world that don't have power steering. These drivers are real heroes and they're real athletes to fight over 100 laps with somebody behind you, somebody in front of you battling for that. So there's some controlled chaos going on the racetrack. That's a good buzzword for you people to understand, but also the speed, the sounds, the sights are what it's all about to come here. Racing on and watching on TV is one dimension. When they come here, they see all the dimensions, and that's what's being
The sounds too, right?
Absolutely, and our cars have a great sound.
All right, Ted, why did you want to get involved in something like this?
Well, we are expert and have a social responsibility in helping to hold world-class events, and we want to be evangelists always for Washington, D.C. When the White House calls and the mayor calls and says we need help, we say sign us up. And right here, we should have the world's best fireworks. We should beat New York all the time in fireworks, and we should have a race here. And when Fox said we'll do 3 days of coverage, it'll be a big love letter to the country and the world about Washington, D.C. as the sports capital. And so teaming up with the federal government, the local government, Fox, all of the businesses that will have to chip in, supporting the local businesses. And today I heard we'll have 1 million people here. So I thought it was a couple of 100,000 is what we signed up for. But, it's a part of being a part of this community in Washington, D.C. to do big things and do the right things in the right way.
Put your sports hat on for me, your sports fan hat. What are you looking forward to most about this race weekend?
Well, I get goosebumps when I remember looking out at the mall and seeing all the people at our parade. Everyone was united and together, and I think that's what we're going to see here. I think for the fireworks, celebrating the country's birthday. We're still a startup as a country, right? And we still have this innate pride that the work we do, how we can affect the people in this country and around the world is still second to none. And do it right here, I think, is going to be something that the tourists that come in will leave with a positive impression. And then the people that live here, and in August, there's not a lot of people that want to stay in D.C.
Pretty hot.
This will be a way to keep those people here.
Well, Ted, thanks for your time.